Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal H Technology Screens. Today we're doing some testing on, first test I have to do for today is for the gunmetal technology we're developing under the Black Phantom. So we're doing a demonstration on seeing exactly how it does, and I like doing these demonstrations to compare and making other screen paints to put them against our own products. Because, like I said, if other people are not going to do it and they can't back their products, well, we're going to continue to do it to our own products because we like, at the end of the day, we like to prove and show that our products don't match anything else, that they are basically something completely different on their own. So this right here is the Phantom Gunmetal Black Slate. This right here is one of the screens we made, making our own screen paint dark mix products. So in order to do these tests correctly, like I said, we're going to start adding these into our tests. And this means that, we're going to do tests. We're doing black screens automatic. We do them automatic with black screens with gunmetals. We don't do them so much with gunmetals, but I figured why not? So one of the things that this screen paint is going to have to be able to do, this is the Phantom, the gunmetal version of it. It's going to have to be able to pull a higher white level than this. It's going to have to pull the high white levels. It's going to have to pull the color, contrast, all that. Compared to if somebody was trying to make the product, they did a kind of a dark mix. Now, keep in mind, as I said, at the end of the day, you have to keep it within the same color as the screen as much as possible. When you're making a darker, like black screen paint, if you put too much white paint in it, you actually lean into the areas of gunmetal screens or darker screens. And this is what we have here. So, excuse me. This one was made with 5 tablespoons of black paint. Sorry, 5 tablespoons of white paint into black paint to see how close we could come to probably matching. Or, well, actually, we did this demonstration to see if we could make anything that would come close to a Phoenix. And this one, I'm going to use the same sample here. Because this one right here we have, it's too dark. That's too dark. That's not gonna match that one. That's not gonna be in the gunmetal range because this one basically is near black. So that's perfect for the Phoenix and Phantom. This one right here is absolutely perfect. So as you can see, this right here is our technology under the Phantom, and this right here is a mix we made ourselves to test against our own screens. So let me come in here real quick, make sure I got nothing on the back of this because I don't want this to hit my screen. I have my screen set up in there. And these are tests, like I said, that should be done because if anyone's avoiding these tests in any way whatsoever, at the end of the day, how do you know if you're buying a product or if you're just buying a black and white paint mix? So these tests need to be done against your product because I like to ensure my customers that they're actually buying the real deal and they're not buying something that's fake or knockoff or something that they can make themselves, that I'm not basically stealing money from them. All right, so over here we have our red screen set up. We're going to be doing this on white levels. Let me find the remote control. Now, just to add real quick, mind we do all these demonstrations for test purposes. This is why they all have to be documented live. I'm going to show you something here. So, just to show you that this does not match the UV mix, which I did look at it. That's the color of the UV mix right there. That is the color of our technology there. So our technology is much, much darker than the UV mix. The best one that comes up is that one screen. We haven't looked at the other screen. Should have did that twice. I had to do two tricks with this. This is something you need to ask when you're watching these demonstrations is how close are these products coming to everyday screen products that you can make yourself. So that right there is the UV mix right there. That's the UV mix. This is the mix we made, making, I think it's five tablespoons of white paint into black paint. We use these against our own screen, which is a Phantom downstairs, to show you that our screen paint does not match a dark gray version, a black paint, nothing whatsoever. The Phantoms basically pull a high white level. That's the difference between our Phantom and Phoenix. When it comes to white levels to those screens, they pull much brighter and better colors. Now we're doing the gunmetal. And then the gunmetal, as you can see, this is my screen right here. This is how dark it is. As you can see, the UV mix does not match our screen in any way whatsoever. So we're not going to use this anyway, but just to show you where it stands at. This is the mix that we made right here. This one right here, we call this a formula. This is a formula. We call this a mix. So this is the mix we made right here. This is darker than the UV. This is actually 5 tablespoons into black paint. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not 5. Should be 5 or 3, but I think it's 5. And that's 5. It's 5 into black paint. Look at that right there. All right, so you can see how close they are to each other. Now let's come over here and let's test it out. We have to test out our white levels. Well, like I said, if anybody is offended by this, hey, that's your problem at the end of the day. Because I told you, explained to you from the door that these are tests that have to be done. If we do these tests, now I'm saying if we are telling other people they have to do these tests and we're not doing them, now you can come at me. But guess what? We do them ourselves to our own screens. So I had a few people email me that they're upset because we did that demonstration. And I'm like, look, we sat there and did black paint against our own screens. What's the problem with that? Oh, I see. We're the only ones that are supposed to do these tests. Everybody else doesn't have to. All right, I see how that works. Anyway, let's move on. Crybabies. You know, if you're developing a screen paint product, this is something you should be doing from day one. Should be no excuses. White screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
So let's see where our white levels come up. Next to, this is the our technology that I just displayed. That is the Phoenix. This is the final Phoenix, and this is our gunmetal black slate. All right, so first thing we're going to put up is the gray screen when we had in the room. See if it matches our screen or white levels. Because I said our technology has a heightener embedded into it to allow the screens to produce a very high white level. And that's my screen right there. As you can see, we're not right up on top of the projector, which we shouldn't be on top of the projector anyway, or on top of the screen from a finger's distance. We're supposed to be from here, so you can see the exact how the screen's going to react in the environment. So that is dark gray screen paint right there, made using about we made that product making sorry, I'm kind of confused here. We made that particular product in the middle of the screen with a quart of black paint and 5 tablespoons of white paint to make that product right there. Now, this is what happens if somebody sticks a black screen, a screen made with, this is actually a little darker. This is the one made with 1 tablespoon of white paint into black paint. So one of those is a kind of a gray, and one's a black. This is to give you an idea of exactly if someone basically tries this. So let's come over here and let's call for Skyworth food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
All right, just to show you real quick, I'm going to get a gunmetal screen to up here too. So let's get a couple of gunmetal screens to go against our other gunmetal screen, which are certified. This is also a good demonstration if someone basically has a product, they're doing a falsified demonstration against their product, and they're trying to say, hey, look, they're trying to pass our product off as black paint or a darker screen. We're going to put all three of the darker ones up here. Right there. We should move this over a little bit more. This is gray. Or a darker gray. This is more of a deeper gunmetal next to our screen. And these are the two darker ones we made. Now we do this to show that, you know, in a demonstration, if our product comes up too dark, clearly shows it's not our product, because we can test our product against black paint. One of these is actually a dark gray. That's a dark gray right there. That's the one that came closest to matching our screen. And then we're going to take a certified screen, which is an actual gunmetal screen right here, as you can see. And we're going to put this against our screen also. So we have two different forms of dark gray mixes right here, almost near black. And that right there is the closest one that comes close to matching our screen right there. Like I said, these tests should be done and need to be done because, like I said, number one, on our end, it protects us because if someone comes in and does a big demonstration against our product and says, look, that's how their product is pulling up. It's coming up that dark. We can come and say, no, it doesn't, because here's a test demonstration we did against black paint. There's a demonstration we did against dark gray paint. This is demonstrations we did against a certified screen. So let's go back to the beginning and let's begin. Now our gunmetal screens have a certain shade to them. So this is how we know the difference. We're watching the demonstration. When these screens pop up and they come out looking like this, we will know. Because we test our screens right from the door. The technology we have in our screens are designed to pull an extremely high white level. We all know this is going to upset a lot of naysayers, but guess what? Do your test. The screen is 1% done. We're already hitting it with tests already showing that the screen does not show any resemblance to any black paint, any dark gray paint at all whatsoever. It doesn't even match the color of it. The closest one that comes in is that one right there. Like the technology we have under the Phantoms, they come on dark, they dry light. So these are the tests that should be done. What is the difference between your product and a dark gray mix? What is the difference between your product and a black mix? You have to be to show these demonstrations. $4K whites, no screensavers. So we have on the far end is a gunmetal screen. So let's go over here and let's pull up some more white levels.
Oh, candles. Thank you.
Like I said, we get a fair share of interesting emails. People are upset and angry. At the end of the day, you got to do your test. That's all to it. Stop complaining. Do the test.
Monster.
What are you complaining about? Get the test done. If I'm going to come out here and sell a product to my customers and say, hey, look, this product can pull a higher white level than this, that, and the other, I got to back it up. I can't just talk it. I have to back it up. And this is what we're showing you. So like I said, at the end of the day, this shows that our product, no black or dark gray screen paint or mix is going to match it, because it can pull a high white level. And they're not going to be to match the color of it because it has a very interesting color. All our screen paints have interesting signature colors to them. The problem is when you're dealing with making products that are black and white, you have to deal with the fact that it's not going to be to produce white light, especially if there's a little bit of white paint in it. If there's too much white paint, it turns into a gray screen. Let's go over to, let me see. I'm going to pull up some more of these white demonstrations we got here. Get it right there. And that's what I said. If you're buying screen paint, this is one of the tests you should be able to see. How close could you make this product yourself at the end of the day? By just black and white paint, you have to be to display that. Now let's see how high our white levels come up on this technology. This is the lightest gray screen we have here. We're going to keep that one there. Make sure our screen's levels are not coming up too dark. So that right there is the Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. As you can see, I'm walking from the screen, how light that is to our screen. That's how high our white levels can pull up on our technology. And those are the dark screen paint mixes. This one being a much more darker one. This is actually a lighter one. This is a gray. This matches our screen much better. Not saying it matches our screen, but I mean pour out. When I pour out, it matches our screen a little better. This one's actually a little bit more darker. And this shows you what happens if someone did try to do a falsified demonstration against our product, claiming our product to come up too dark. We would know at the end of the day, if it displayed that way, at the end of the day, it's nothing but black paint. Or mixed with majority of black paint and a little bit of white paint. Okay, let's come out of here. Let's grab this one right here. So in this demonstration again, Digital One Crystal Screen Paint right here, very light screen paint product we made 7 years ago. This is the gunmetal technology, and this right here is a mix made with five tablespoons of white paint into black paint, and this is the one we did today with 1. So not only does our screen come out, we pour it out side by side, it comes up very dark, but it dries a different shade. It still can maintain its contrast levels, maintain its white levels, but if you throw anything against that screen that is mixed with any kind of black paint, because this formula we designed right here is something completely different, this is a reaction you're going to get automatically from the door. This is how we will know it is not our product. Now with this being a very dark gunmetal screen, the closest we could come to matching it was 5 tablespoons of white paint into black paint. Anything else would have came up too dark, anything else would have came up too light. And it still can't match it. Relaxing Butterflies, 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's go up our levels with the snow dogs. There you go. So this being the lightest one we have right now, this is actually the one that comes closest to matching the product. And I said, when we pour them out, they're dark. That's how dark the Phantoms come up. That Gunmetal Phantom, that's how dark they come up. When they dry a lighter color. Same thing like the Phantoms. The black Phantoms, when they come up, they're side by side next to a paint pour out, they come out very, very dark, black, super black. When they dry a different shade. That's our signature. So we know that that's our product. Because if we tell somebody that we're doing a demonstration and they're saying that's our screen, that's what we're they paint it black. We paint ours next to it. They're both going to look the same. When our screen dries, it's going to dry lighter. It's going to produce a higher white level. By side, they're going to look the same. This is the closest we could come to a screen that matches this one right here. As I said before, this is right here. We're not going to put a screen up here, but this is the UV mix. This is how light the UV mix is to the gunmetal. Gunmetal black slate. That's the closest one we got, without actually tilting into black. But you put them side by side, when that screen is dry, and they look completely different. So we do that to make it impossible for someone to try to figure out how to duplicate our products. If someone claims that they have our product and say, hey, look, we got one of their products over here. We're going to do this demonstration. This is how dark the screens come out. Guess what? Here's a demonstration of doing the same demonstration, showing you that no, that screen produces a higher white level. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
And a cleaner color. See how dirty the color comes up? And it comes up too dirty. See how dark and dirty comes up on these two screens right here? And these screens wash out. That's a $5,000 gunmetal screen, by the way. Neon yellow.
Getting that from YouTube.
There you go. So if we see a product that's claiming to be ours and it has that look to it right in there, we're looking to see that funny discoloration look in it, that's how we can know that's not our product. Pink screen, neon.
Getting that from YouTube.
There you go. I told you, when you have contrast levels, what colors react to white light and black light at the same time. They need white light in order to produce a nice, beautiful, vivid image. They need black to produce a deep, dark, rich image. You have to have both at the same time to do it. That's the difference between the gunmetal, new gunmetal technology under Phantom, that it has the ability to be able to produce a natural color, a deep color, without it becoming too dirty or too washed out at the same time. Interesting, isn't it? Because then you have people thinking that, I can make the same product. All I got to do is just go in and just take some paint, put a little white in it, make it a little darker, like almost a dark gunmetal, and I can do the same thing. No, you can't. No, you can't. You're going to have problems. Your screen's not going to be focused correctly. That is the closest we have to. Oh, no, this is the next one. The different mixes we made downstairs that we put against our screen. White 4K snowstorm.
Getting that from YouTube.
Enjoy. White screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
They can't see white light. Only your technology can see it. So two things are going to pop up that let us know that that's not our product. Number one, on a pour out, yeah, you can it'll come up really dark on a pour out, but it dries differently. Number two, it pulls a higher white level. And that is a very, very dark gray. Not ours, when we have sitting up against it, are very dark gray. Let's see. Skyworth through demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
We just did this demonstration similar to a Phantom, and up at the Phoenix. We did it downstairs on the Phoenix. Black paint, gray, dark gray mixes versus a Phoenix. Let's see if we can basically produce the same thing of Phoenix. We can make a Phoenix. Gunmetal technology under the Phantom. Let's see if we can basically match the screen. You have to do these tests. Tests are very important. Like I said, you should be doing these for other people. You should be doing them for yourself. Think about it. No one requested us to do these tests. Nobody. We do this ourselves. If they don't want to do the test, guess what? I don't care at the end of the day. I'm doing my test. I got nothing to hide. I'll come out here and show you just about everything you need to see. I got nothing to hide. No one requested us to do these tests. We do them ourselves because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to test your products. And at the end of the day, it's going on your screen, not mine. My screen, all my screens in my house are good. This is going on your screen at the end of the day. Think about that. And that, mind you, projector we're using behind us is we got the 5,000 lumen. Yeah, we're on a 5,000 lumen projector. So just think about it. We're at 5,000 lumens. If you have anything under that 5,000 lumens, you're going to come up even darker on the screen. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. You have to do a test. 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 Yeah. Anybody requests us to do these tests, we do these tests automatically. the end of the day, you know where they stand. We don't have a problem doing these tests. They should be done automatically. That way I can assure my customers at the end of the day that they're not just buying a black and white paint product.
I am intelligent.
Good morning.
When you're dealing with gunmetal screens, unless you're going against a black screen, then you're going to have issue with contrast. Other than that, with gunmetal screens, you should be to pull a contrast level and white level at the same time.
Put the video call to him in my calendar.
I am expandable. External connection. Extended convenience. I am enormous. Explore the
Trying a demonstration. I'm going to see on here.
Getting that from YouTube.
Didn't even hit anything, and that just popped up. All right, let me go to. I want to clear this out, and I want to put in. This one up there. Let's see what we got going on.
Hey, have you seen my password?
Looking for this? I'm just messing. You should consider using Google's password manager instead.
So yeah,
That way
automatically
you
you
can
should be doing
access
these
your
tests. Doing
passwords
tests.
anywhere.
I can't say it enough times, but you just have to be done.
I can't. My toes.
That's a freak. I got some issues, I swear. My toes. Oh my goodness, I swear, Shaq, this is freaking hilarious. Absolutely perfect example right here. This is a perfect example. Two different versions of dark gray screens. The gunmetal we developed basically is designed to pull a heavy contrast level, but also produce very high white levels. And this is just to show you if someone tried to make or duplicated the product or fake a demonstration, they would have an extremely hard time doing it. Number one, you got to figure out exactly which shade the screen comes in because, like I said, it dries a different color. Number two, it pulls an extremely high white level because of the heightened technology we embedded in the screen. And then it has the shifting technology to produce contrast levels. White Snow 4K screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
There you go. I thought we'd get all this out of the way before we launch this thing because we don't want anybody doing any dumb demonstrations thinking they can get away with anything. So we can test our own products. I can make any screen print I want and throw it against my screens. It's not going to match. But I guarantee at the end of the day, they can't do the same. That's 3 different shades of a dark gray screen. Sure, at the end of the day, they can't make the product. They want to make it. I posted detailed ingredients on the last video demonstration. We put a disclaimer up there. It's at your own risk if you make it. It's not going to do the same. You think you're going to be to make the product and have the same thing we're going to have? It's not going to work that way. Just to let you know, that's why the disclaimer's up there. But the ingredients are up there for you to read through. Like I said, if he feels that we wronged him in the demonstration, he can make the product himself, do the exact same demonstration, and prove us wrong. And then if he doesn't do it, who cares? At the end of the day, like I said, you can't back his product. But I'm going to continue to do this to my paint because I can. Enough. You're buying a real product or you're buying house paint. House paint or street paint. I think thing, that's what we're going to start doing. We're going to start doing a segment called What Are You Really Getting? House paint or screen paint? If you can't do a comparison, house paint test against your product, there is a huge problem there. We're going to make the products on camera so you can see how they're made. And then we're going to basically put them against our own stuff. Because like I said, nobody else is going to do it. Like I said, anytime we develop a dark screen, gunmetal, black screen, most important things on that surface is white levels are the most important. It's automatic going to be to pull the contrast. It's not a problem. White level is going to be the issue. Same thing with gray screen paints. The first problem you're going to have is contrast levels and color. So bottom line is you're going to have to be to show that too. Got to pull the star field, got to pull the OLED beta fish, everything. You got to do all the dark contrast levels that you would never do on a screen. You have to do all those demonstrations. Have to be done. I get so tired of saying that over and over again. Like people should automatically know this already. They should know this. So like I said, I did the demonstration downstairs. I was extremely detailed. It was a long demonstration. It was extremely detailed. Not only did I show other products, but I put my own products through the test. And then I came back in after doing that demonstration and put my new screen I just developed through the test again. Got to be to back your work. If they can't back it, then at the end of the day, you just purchase house paint. Is it house paint or screen paint? Which one is it? Let's go over here. I like these demonstrations. I do these for the wall, for the ceiling. These are fantastic on the ceiling. Hey, Mr. Bird, did you do this demonstration on your green screen? Oh, yes, we did. We did it on the green screen. We did it on the green screen. I took regular green paint, matched it to our screen, without no coating, nothing, and put it against the screen, put a Starfield demonstration. That screen turned into our screen actually transferred the contrast levels. The other screen remained the same. Did it already, and we'll do it with the red screen too. Because at the end of the day, I don't have house paint in my products. Thing about gunmetal screens are supposed to pull high contrast and white levels. It's like an equal blend of both at the same time. Black screens, on the other hand, are supposed to pull heavy serious contrast levels. White levels are going to be good. All right, our white levels are extremely good, but it's still not going to be as high as a gunmetal. Where gunmetal's contrast is not going to be as high as a black screen. These products don't pull anything. These particular mixers we made here don't pull nothing. And as I showed you before, it doesn't make a difference. If I put silver or glitter or whatever in it, it's not going to change it. We took the digital and crystal screen paint, which has silver and glitter in it, versus the other product that has black and white. You're not going to see a difference. We overcloud it. That's the question you got to ask yourself. Do you have house paint or screen paint? Individuals that are on eBay making their products, at the end of the day, I wish you the best of luck. I'm not even interested in any way whatsoever of basically traveling down your path, because these people do not lie in their demonstrations, and I've watched their demonstrations. They don't do cut corners. They don't do what do you call it? I don't care about the whole cheap shot nonsense. It's telling the truth in your demonstrations. They don't cut corners. They tell it like it is. Just like the fellow was making the dark gray product. He said it's not black. He said it's a dark gray. They're honest in their demonstrations. But this other individual, not so honest. So at the end of the day, what is this product? Is it house paint or screen paint? If he doesn't do the demonstrations, you know from the door. If he comes back with insults, if he comes back angry and irritated, there's a problem there. Clearly showing that, hey, there's some truth to this. Now, just to show you that I'm not just not coming, I'm just not, I don't want people to think that, okay, you're just coming down on top of him. No, I do the test against my own self, which I'm doing right now. So if I'm going to put somebody out there, I'm going to put myself through the same grinder they got to go through. I'm doing it right now. So if we can put ourselves through it, what's the problem? Same thing I had one issue way back with the leaked screens, and somebody came into the room and said, well, you know, it's not fair because your projector's not up on the ceiling and it's not calibrated to the screen and blah, 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 and it's not fair. Well, my screen doesn't cost $3,000 and I'm not having an issue. Why is this having an issue? It's cost more than my screen. End of that conversation isn't fast. Shouldn't be having that kind of problem. So what's the issue? No, we're not gonna. Keep in mind, like I said, this was done for particular reasons, not for any grudge or nothing like that, nothing period at all, nothing. Just done because it needs to be done. It's a test that should be done. And it's something, if you're going to be spending the money for, you should be getting it. It's no way in the world. Would you go buy a used car and don't bring a mechanic with you to check over the car to see if everything is good? Just go buy a car when somebody's just going to say, well, look, you know, it has so many miles on it and, you know, the transmission is good and blah, 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 blah. And you're going to go down and fork over some money on a vehicle that you have no mechanical skills. You're not going to bring anybody with you. You're not going to do any background checks or nothing. Just go buy. No one's that stupid. And then you run back and you got 11. I know some people, well, actually, I can't really say no one's that stupid because I know people who have done dumb stuff like that. But anybody knows that you're buying something, you have to research it. You have to research it. Just basic common sense. So if someone's going to challenge me, if someone's going to say, hey, your product versus black paint, I got to prove it's not black paint. I got to prove there's a difference. I got to back it up. If they can't back it up, then there's a problem there. And at the end of the day, you should be seeing these gray screen paint products with multiple shades of black in them, as in 2, 3, and 4, to see if they come close to the product. And if you're not seeing that, then that's $107 of your money down the drain. Remember this fellow I had a friend of mine called Dave a long time ago. He bought a vintage Jaguar. Didn't bring a mechanic with him. His friend was actually a mechanic. Worked on cars. Offered to go down with them to go look at this vehicle. Dave got a little money in his pocket. He was hot and heavy. He wanted to go down and get this car, this vintage Jaguar. And his friend said, wait till I get off from work. I'll go down with you and have a look over, and if this car isn't what it is, you can save your money, $13,000 as we paid for this car. So Dave didn't want to listen. Me, Glenn, and my buddy got in the car, drove down all the way out here to the Northeast to go look at this vintage Jaguar. He buys the car. The minute he sees it in the driveway, he falls in love with it. Don't ask him any questions, nothing, don't even pop the hood, just buys the car. And that's where the nightmare started. So, the first 2 days, we're driving down South Street. Beautiful, beautiful, classic car. Women are staring at it, gorgeous car. For some reason, a funny smell started up in the car. Like, stomach started getting sick, starting a little dizzy. Eventually, the carbon dioxide or the fumes were pumping back into the car through the vent system. We got sick. But that wasn't the end of it. If you live in Philadelphia, you know about Lincoln Drive. Lincoln Drive is a death trap. It's definitely a death trap. He was going down Lincoln Drive and his headlights went out. I mean, completely went out. Then there was an incident where the entire tailpipe to his car completely disconnected. We ran over top of it. And last but not last, the engine cracked in half. It was soldered. Well, actually, it was welded. It's a welded engine. I think the most interesting part was when you buy an import car, all the parts are going to be expensive, even the labor, which he didn't think about that one. His brakes went out on the car. It cost him $400 to dismantle the vehicle. Not to put the brakes on, to dismantle the vehicle to get to the brakes, the labor of getting to the brakes. Then he had to pay for the parts. Put the car back, everything he paid for. But $400, I think $400, it was $400 to fix it. That wasn't including the brakes. So he brought $400 from me to go in to work on this car to put these brakes. He had to go to get parts, and it was a big headache. At the end of the day, he ended up selling the car for maybe about $800. But if he had bought his friend down, who was a mechanic, would have popped open that hood and looked at that car, even turned it on and said, nope, don't buy it. I think if the guy found out that the guy was a mechanic, he would have said, you know what, I got a buyer coming in today. You know what I mean? Sorry, I wasted your time coming out here. But somebody already made an offer on it. I'm going to take it. That's usually what they'll say. Bring a mechanic out there and see how fast they'll change their attitude. But yeah. What happened? So that's why I say you have to do tests on your products. We're done with this. So already from our end, this protects us because at the end of the day, if somebody does a fake demonstration on their product and says, hey, look, I got their product here, this is how it performs. Black paint does not work on our product. This is the darkest gray that we can make that would match that screen. We're on the pour out. If you paint this stuff, it looks like this. When that screen dries, it dries a different shade, even though they both look the same on the pour out. That's how we know also. This is another serve made a little bit lighter. Doesn't even pick up a white level next to our technology. All right. 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's go over to...
Want to skip this jingle? With NJM you can.
No, don't skip this jingle.
Skip the...
Very dark gunmetal screen, very dark, and picks up extremely high white levels. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what you should be checking out. We're gonna have. I need to put that on our Facebook. Is it house paint or screen paint? What do you mind at the end of the day? What do you got on your wall? Is it house paint or screen paint? I don't even know. I don't even know. Alright people, with that being done, I hope you can watch the rest of the video from here. I'm going to go get some food to eat right now. Y'all can enjoy and watch the screen. I'm going to sit back over here and check out the beautiful beach on our gunmetal technology. Now the technology has not been fully tested yet. We still have a certified screen test that has to be done for a long throw and ultra short throw. We have a low lumen test, and let me see, it's based about it. And then we have the outside demonstration. The red screen may be outside today, but like I said, I'm going to be doing an inflatable screen with the advanced ambilight rejection. Final Phantom. This is the Gunmetal Black Slate. Gunmetal Black Slate. So we're gonna have that outside on the inflatable projection screen today. So enjoy. Enjoy. That's it. There it is. That's how you're gonna fight it.
Fight it, fight it. Get it, man, get it, fight it.
Yeah, we got to pick it up. There's some other ones here too, right?
You may have heard that there are 4 incredible new iPhones. I want to tell you about them and help you understand the difference.
things upstairs for mounting, okay? That's for the mounting areas there for you to play with. All right, I got to get out of here real quick. I'm going to get ready for the inflatable screen for later on today. Thank you for your time. Got to go, and God bless.